Everyone wants to know, is now the right time to buy or sell in Boston? The media says one thing, your friends say another, and your gut says wait. But here's the truth. Most people trying to time the Boston housing market are looking at the wrong signals. In this video, I'm going to break down what actually matters and how to make the smartest move no matter what the headlines say. For those of you that are new here, I'm Kimberlee Meserve, and I've been working in Boston real estate for almost a decade now, and I have watched countless buyers and sellers make decisions based on market timing predictions, and I've seen which strategies actually work and which ones cost people serious money. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what market signals to ignore, which ones actually matter, and how to make confident decisions when everyone else is paralyzed by uncertainty. So let's dive in. The biggest mistake I see is people applying national real estate trends to Boston. They read about housing crashes in Phoenix or Miami, and they think that it applies here. But Boston operates in its own universe. That is why we're called the hub of the universe, after all. We have three fundamental advantages that most cities don't. First, our economy is built on recession-resistant industries like healthcare, biotech, and education. Those aren't going anywhere. Second, we're geographically constrained. There's literally nowhere to expand, which creates permanent supply pressure. And third, our rental market is so expensive that a lot of times buying makes financial sense even at higher interest rates. Let me give you some data. During the 2008 financial crisis, cities like Las Vegas saw 60% price drops. Boston, well, we dropped about 12%, but we did recover a lot quicker within a few years. When COVID hit and experts predicted another housing disaster, prices here actually increased. The national story rarely matches Boston's reality. Thinking about relocating to Boston? Well, I've got just the thing for you. My team and I have actually taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide, which is meant to save you hours of research. And I've linked it down below, from top employers to best hospitals and a boatload of other things that you need to know before making the move. The best part is that it's 100% free. That's right, you heard me, 100% free. Just click the link in the description or the top pinned comment. Hope that helps. The second wrong signal is obsessing over seasonal timing. Everyone thinks that they need to crack some seasonal code. Spring is too competitive, winter is when you find deals. Here's what really happens. Spring has more inventory and thus more competition, but also more choices. Winter has fewer buyers, but also fewer properties. The perfect house doesn't wait for your preferred season to hit the market. Looking at recent transaction data, the buyers who secured the best deals weren't the ones who timed seasons perfectly. They were the ones who recognized value and acted quickly when the right opportunity appeared, regardless of whether it was January or June. The third wrong signal is trying to predict interest rates. Rates will drop next quarter. Wait for the Fed to cut rates. I hear this stuff constantly. Here's the reality. Even the Federal Reserve officials can't consistently predict rate movements. But while you're waiting for prices to drop from 7% to 6%, home prices might climb 5 to 10%. You'll end up in a worse position than if you had just acted. Plus, rates are a refinanceable problem. You can always refinance when rates improve, but you can't time travel back and buy that house at last year's price. So if those signals don't work, what actually does? This is where it gets interesting, because factors that determine your success have nothing to do with predicting the future and everything to do with analyzing your present situation. The first signal that actually matters is your financial position right now, not next year when conditions might be quote unquote better, today. Can you comfortably afford the monthly payment? Do you have stable income? Are you planning to stay in Boston for at least 3 to 5 years? These aren't market timing questions, they're personal readiness questions. I have worked with clients who have spent years waiting for perfect market conditions, and during that time, prices increased. And even though they saved more in the down payment, home prices rose more than the money that they saved. They would have been financially better off if they had bought when they first qualified, rather than trying to time the market or wait for the absolute perfect property. The best time to buy is when you're financially ready and planning to stay put. The best time to sell is when your life circumstances change or you've built enough equity for your next move. The second right signal is focusing on your specific neighborhood, not citywide statistics. Boston isn't one market, it's dozens of micro markets that move independently. Somerville behaves differently than the South End. Dorchester has different patterns than Cambridge. I've seen neighborhoods stay stable while city averages drop, and vice versa. Make sure to research inventory levels in your target area. Look at things like days on market for comparable properties. Make sure you analyze price per square foot trends for your specific neighborhood and desired property type. This is hyper-local intelligence that matters infinitely more than broad market predictions. The third right signal is running rent versus buy calculations for your actual situation today, not some hypothetical future scenario. In Boston's high rent environment, if you're staying 3+ years and you can handle the payments, usually buying wins mathematically. Here's an example. I recently worked with a client considering an $800,000 condo. Comparable rentals were running about $4,200 a month, and her mortgage payment would be about $4,800. Even though it was an extra $600 a month, it's building equity instead of disappearing forever. Don't wait for perfect market conditions if the current math already favors buying. The final right signal that matters is your life timing. Are you getting married, starting a family, changing jobs? These life transitions create natural real estate windows that matter more than market cycles. Your children don't postpone school for better market conditions. Career opportunities don't wait for interest rate jobs. Growing families don't pause for seasonal patterns. The most successful clients I work with make decisions based on life readiness and financial capability. Then they optimize for current market conditions within that framework. Here's the bottom line about timing Boston's housing market. Stop trying to time the market and start timing your life. Focus on financial readiness, your neighborhood research, and your personal timeline. Use favorable market conditions when possible, but don't let uncertainty paralyze you from making moves that align with your situation. The best time to buy in Boston is when you can afford it and you plan to stay. The best time to sell is when your equity position and life circumstances align for your next chapter. If you're ready to stop waiting for perfect conditions and start making informed real estate decisions in Boston, I would love to help. Comment below with your biggest Boston real estate question or reach out to me directly to discuss your specific situation. If this video cut through the market timing noise, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more straight talk about Boston real estate, and I'll see you next time.